Hello, students. So, today we shall study a new chapter from political science, that is, what is government? A government is a group of people organized with the authority to govern a country or a state. Every country needs a government to make decisions and get things done. There are various functions that the government performs. The government makes decisions where to construct roads and schools. It makes decisions to increase or decrease the price of the commodity. The government also takes action on many social issues, such as it has several programs to help the poor. It does other important things such as running postal and railway services. The government also has the job of protecting the boundaries of the country and maintaining peaceful relations with other countries. It is responsible for ensuring that all its citizens have enough to eat and have good health facilities. When there are natural disasters, government organizes aid and assistance for the affected people. Now the question arises, how does the government manage to do all these functions and look after a big country such as India? Government do this on behalf of their people by exercising leadership, taking decisions and implementing these decisions among all the people living in their territory. There are three levels of government: at the local level, at the state level, and at the national level. The local government comprises of village, town or locality. The state government comprises of the entire state, whereas the central government covers the entire country. Now the next topic is the laws and the government. The government makes laws and everyone who lives in the country has to follow these. This is the only way governments can function. Just like the government has the power to make decisions, similarly it has the power to enforce its decisions. Now the question arises, who gives the government this power to make decisions and enforce laws? The answer to this question depends on the type of government there is in a country. There are two types of government: monarchy and democracy. In monarchy form of government, the monarch, that is king or queen, has the power to make decisions and run the government. The monarch may have a small group of people to discuss matters with, but the final decision-making power remains in the hands of the monarch. The kings and the queens do not have to explain their actions or defend the decisions they take. Now we will see what is democracy. Democracy means a government for the people, of the people and by the people. The government is the representative of the people and has to answer against any action taken by them. In a democracy, it is the people who give the government power to rule. They do this through elections in which they vote for a particular person and elect them. Democratic government is also known as representative democracies, as the people choose the representatives through an election process. These representatives meet and make decisions for the entire population. These days, a government cannot call itself democratic unless it allows universal adult franchise. Now we will see what is this universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise is an essential aspect of all democracies. It is based on the idea of equality. It means all citizens 18 or above 18 have the right to vote. There was a time when governments did not allow women and the poor to participate in elections. In their earliest forms, Governments allowed only men who owned property and were educated to vote. Women's suffrage movement. All over Europe and USA, women and the poor had to fight for participation in government. Women's struggle to vote got strengthened during the First World War. This movement is called the women's suffrage movement, as this term suffrage usually means right to vote. So the women of Europe and USA, they fought against the government for getting the equal voting rights, and this was only called as the women's suffrage movement. The suffragettes demanded the right to vote for all the women, and to get their demands heard, they chained themselves to railings in public places. Many suffragettes were imprisoned and went on hunger strikes, and they had to be fed by force. American women got the right to vote in 1920, while women in the UK got to vote on the same terms as men some years later in 1928. In India also, the situation was the same. Before independence, only a small minority was allowed to vote. Several people, including Gandhiji, were shocked at the unfairness of the practice and demanded that all adults have the right to vote. Now we will see the important key elements of a democratic government. The first one, people's participation in elections. Through voting in elections, people elect leaders to represent them. These representatives take decisions on behalf of the people. In doing so, it is assumed that they will keep in mind the voices and the interest of the people. Second, resolution of conflict. Conflicts occur when people of different cultures, religions, regions, or economic backgrounds do not get along with each other, or when some of them feel they are being discriminated against. People may use violent means to settle their differences. This leads to fear and tension among others living in an area. The government is responsible for helping to resolve these conflicts. Third one, equality. One of the key ideas of a democratic government is its commitment to equality. Whereas justice and equality are both inseparable, the earlier practice of untouchability is now banned by law. Justice can only be achieved when people are treated equally. So these are some of the important key elements of a democratic government. That's all from this chapter. Thank you.